Hey muñecas, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we finally have a review on a foundation that I have been dying to try. I'm serious. And that's why, of course, I have my bare face and you can see my raccoon eyes. I should have put some concealer before starting. I'm going to be reviewing today, finally got my hands on it, is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. Really high hopes, high expectations for this foundation because it's always freaking sold out. And also the name, Faux Filter, like I really need an everyday real life filter. Who doesn't want a foundation that filters your face? So that's what I'm looking for on this foundation. We're gonna see if it really does what it's supposed to do, if we gonna look like we have a filter, like one of those awesome Snapchat filters going on in our face. And yeah, the color that I got my hands on is like pretty much the only one that looked close to my skin online that was not sold out. That is Leche's, the number 320G. So I'm praying that it actually matches me. Before I open it up, let's take a look at the packaging. It's like a carton package and then it says Huda Beauty there. I think this is like her signature logo. So that looks really nice and sleek. And then here we have the name and it says that we have 35 millimeters or 1.18 ounces. Let me compare that to another foundation. It's a little bit more than the normal. Looking here at the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation, and that one is 1 fluid ounces. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus is also 1 fluid ounces, and I think pretty much foundations are typically 1 fluid ounce. So this is a little bit more. It's 1.18 ounces, which is amazing. And this is the foundation. It looks humongous. It's a very big packaging. Like if you compare to the Josie Maran, they look kind of like the same, but the fact that this is like square, it's a little bit more bulkier. Let me compare that to the Wet n Wild. Look how tiny the Wet n Wild is compared to that one. The packaging looks like it's glass, but it's actually not glass. It is definitely plastic. The cap is also plastic. I know for some people that might seem like it's cheap, but I actually don't mind it. I mean, what do you do with the packaging? Why do you need it to be glass? In my opinion, glass is a little bit more dangerous, so I'm completely okay with that. Then again, we have the logo there and it's like a gradient color. So I really like the packaging so far. And we have a pump, which is definitely a plus. I really love foundations that come with pumps. I am obsessed with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Foundation, but it doesn't come with a freaking pump and I have not been able to buy one. So that's very good. I just looked it up at the Sephora website and they're still pretty much sold out. They only have a few shades that are not sold out. And basically what it claims is saying that it's medium to full coverage, is for normal, dry, combination, or oily skin, so for any skin type. And it says it's a full coverage cream foundation that visibly conceals blemishes and imperfection for a filter-like effect. I put on a little bit of corrector underneath my eyes. I use the NYX Dark Circle Corrector just to conceal a little bit the dark area underneath my eyes. By the way, it's $40 at Sephora, and something that did caught my attention is the fact that it says that the finish is satin, matte, and radiant, which is, it's a little weird because, I mean, it cannot be matte and satin and radiant at the same time. So I'm assuming that you can make it matte by putting powder, and that if you just leave it like that, it's gonna be satin, and if you add a glow to it, like a highlighter, then it's gonna be radiant. I have no clue, but that's kind of like tricky there. It's paraben free, sulfate free. Also want to point out that they have 30 shades of foundations, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty wide range of colors and tones for different skin tones, even though they're never available, so I don't know. They're never available, but they do have 30 shades. I have dry skin, as you guys should know, for those of you that have been watching my video for a while. So I also wanted to try this product that is super popular on social media, especially on Instagram. It's the Farsali Unicorn Essence. It's like the little oil that you see everybody like putting all over their face on their Instagram videos. So let's see. I'm gonna try it with this because it's supposed to be very hydrating, and I've actually heard that this foundation can be a little bit drying. And let's apply it like they do all over social media. Why not? Alright, now I don't know if I applied too much or not. I used 1 full dropper. And now with my clean hands, let's just get into rubbing this all over the face. Hopefully this is not a bad idea, because I never tried out this product, but I do see people using it together on social media, so I was hoping that, you know, they're a good match, the two of them together. But I will never apply foundation without primer. Like, that's what I do every single day, so I think it's only fair that I apply a primer. So now let's go in with the foundation. One full pump. Wow, that looks like a lot. On the directions, it says that using a pump or less, apply foundation evenly all over the face with a dense brush or a beauty sponge for best results. No, for best application, pair with the Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. So I'm not using the Huda Beauty Pre-Makeup Base, but I did use one that everybody uses with it, so I'm hoping it's fine. And I did try a full pump first, and I'm gonna go in one side of the face using a beauty sponge, and then the other side of the face using a brush, just so that we can see the difference. All right, so now let's take a little bit on this side with the sponge. Okay, so that is what we have on this side. The color, let me tell you, so far it looks amazing. It's matching me perfectly. Look, I didn't even have to like go crazy and blend it into the neck too much. Like, I just did a little bit just because of habit, but I didn't really have to do it. So the Tres Leche is definitely my tone. I got lucky. I use a tiny amount. I still have all of that left, and it definitely covered everything. Oh my god, the only thing is I forgot to take off my stash, and I can see my little hairs. Like, it's actually accentuating that. It's very matte, it's very covering everything, but it does accentuate little hairs on your face. I don't know why. Like, I can see every hair on my face right now. The smell, I love the smell. I know some people were also complaining at the fact that it had a scent. So I know some people might not like it, just because, you know, maybe some people don't like fragrances on their foundation, but I love it. It's like sweet but flowery. I really like it. I don't smell it on my face. Like, I only smell it here when it's so good. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove my hairs from the other side so that I can see how it applies, if it applies better without them. So I shaved my mustache now and clean this brow. I did try to shave my mustache on the other side and went right over it with the beauty blender to see if it helped. But let's see now with the brush on this side. I can't believe how lucky I got with the color match. It really matches me perfectly. Alright, so that is the application on this side using the brush. As you can see, I used up all the product that I had left. So I feel that you actually use more product with the brush. I think that the wetness of the beauty blender actually makes it easier for you to blend and like spread out a little bit better. But as far as how it's looking on the face, it looks... yeah, I did see something right now. Yeah, it definitely looks better on this side. Like, right here is kind of like settling into my fine line right here that I have. So I'm gonna go right over that with the beauty blender and see if it helps, because it definitely is not doing it on this side. Yeah, that definitely helps. Now I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face, and I will let you know how it acts with my concealer and everything else. Alright, so I am back. I finished the rest of my makeup, and so far, so good. I mean, I'm looking at my face in the mirror, and the foundation does look very matte, which is, you know, honestly speaking, not what I look for on a foundation. I typically go for dewy finish or satin finish foundations, and this one actually looks very matte. But I am not mad about it so far. It is, I want to say, a medium to full coverage. I only use one pump, so I feel like right now I'm getting more of a medium finish. But I'm sure if I wanted to cake it on a little bit more, I would have gotten to a super full coverage. Like, this is full coverage for me, but I know that for some other people it might not be, you know, enough coverage. The only thing that right now I'm not liking about the foundation is that right here on the sides of my mouth, I have like some little tiny lines, and I want to say like a drier area maybe, and it is settling a little bit. Like it's looking a little too cakey there for me. I don't know if cakey is the right face, but it looks dried. Let me get a little bit closer to see if you guys can see. I think you can see that there, like right around my mouth, aside from the fact that my lipstick is not lined properly, excuse that. It does look like a little dry there. Alright, so far so good. I'm just gonna go about my day. I'm gonna go to the mall now. Still sunlight outside. I'm gonna be running a couple of errands. I'm planning to have my face of makeup at least until 12 midnight, just so that I can wear it as long as possible for you guys to see exactly how it's reacting throughout the day and how it lasted the entire day. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I am back. It is right now 11:28 p.m. Okay, you can't see that. Okay, 11:28 p.m. So it's been over 8 hours. At least, yeah, like 8.5 hours or so since I first applied the foundation. Looking at myself in the mirror, which I have right here, it looks pretty much the same as it did when I applied it. I'm not greasy. It's not looking any cakier than it was before. I still see it like settled a little bit on my fine lines right here, but it pretty much looks the same that it did when I first applied. I think it kind of rubbed off a little tiny bit right here, but that's probably from me touching my face. But you can't really see much. In my opinion, it's a really, really good foundation. It is more of a higher coverage, more glam type of foundation. If you have dry skin like me, you need to make sure that you apply a hydrating moisturizer, and also make sure that you do not set it with powder. I did not apply any powder on my face besides down here, like right underneath the eyes, just to set the concealer. And I can tell you that my foundation is extra matte. Not my foundation, the foundation, my face is extra matte, and it kind of looks a little dried. That's because that's the finish of the foundation. I typically prefer more dewy skin foundations, but this is a foundation that I think I actually enjoy. It photographs beautiful. I actually put, I think, like 2-3 photos on Instagram from today, and they all came out beautiful with flash, no flash. I really, really like it. It does have that faux filter effect, but with like on camera. On real life, it looks nice, but it looks like makeup. It's not like, oh my god, you have beautiful skin. No, it looks like you have a beautiful foundation on. What I do want you guys to keep in mind if you try it is that you don't want to use too much, because that's when it can kind of look a little bit cakey. I use only one full pump for my entire face, and I can honestly say I got pretty good results. I'm gonna bring the camera in a little bit closer so you guys can see exactly how it's looking right now. And I really like it so far. Alright, so that's my forehead. Those are my little fine lines. Like if I go like this, you can see them there, but it's not like accentuating. It didn't go in there too much. These are my under eyes. My makeup is kind of like running a little bit now, but it doesn't look like cakier than it would normally do. And then here we have the mouth area, which is where I had the problem today. I'm very, very picky when it comes to foundations, and I actually like this one. It surprised me. So I am going to recommend it to you guys. So if you want to give it a try, you should give it a try. I mean, I've heard mixed reviews out there. Some people love it, some people hate it. I happen to really like it. I'm not gonna say I love it, like it's the best thing out there, but I think it's gonna be my go-to whenever I want to go like full glam and look like I have, you know, a full face of makeup going on. So that is it, my loves. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please let me know what other foundation or any other product that you would want me to try out. I am in the lookout for the Burt's Bees. I think that's how you pronounce that brand. One of you guys asked for me to review it, and I'm actually very intrigued, so I'm looking for that one, and that will probably be my next foundation review. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned. And once again, thank you for watching. Mil besos, and I see you guys next time. Bye.